Welcome to the show, brother. To Abi
Appreciate it.
Podcast. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Emil, for having
Introduce
me.
yourself.
Hello, everybody. My name is Wassimo. I'm originally Syrian. I'm 24 years old. I'm a business owner. I've been living in Ireland for I don't even know how many years. Grew up in Leitrim, if you know Leitrim, what we call a lovely Leitrim. Moved to Dublin about 6 years ago, just because of work, because of business. Yeah, we are here today with Abi.
Thanks for coming in. Thanks for your time. I know you're a very busy man. You're a business owner. What kind of business do you have, right?
Well, okay, so I have a cleaning service company. We do all type of cleaning, industrial, domestic, commercial, everything. And soon I have a big surprise coming in. There's another business. I'm gonna announce it probably in the next month.
Okay, do you want to announce it here just as a surprise?
Well,
go on. You can say that here.
I'd like to keep it. I'd like to keep it secret.
There is no secret here, in this room. When you say it here, there's no fucking secret. Just
Right,
go on.
so
You have to blow it out.
It's not only one business. It's
Okay.
like multiple businesses at the same time.
Okay.
Do you know? So I can give you a hand, which is
Because I know one.
an agency.
I know one. I can leak that information.
Well, right. It'll be an agency.
Okay,
I'll give you that hand, which is agency.
Is that for the girls? Agency for the
No,
women?
no. We'll talk about the girls there later on. You know.
Okay,
Well,
okay.
I'm a halal man. I'm trying to keep it halal all the
Oh,
time.
very nice. You're a halal
know,
man. Are you looking for a Muslim wife?
Oh, proper Muslim way. I'm telling
Ladies,
you.
gentlemen, if there's any Muslim sister looking for a beautiful husband,
At
Ali's
Wassimo,
available here at Abi Wasim.
add my Instagram at Wassimo Ali. Wassimo.ali. Sorry, I forgot even my Instagram.
That's okay. Just it takes time, But tell us where your background come from. Like where you come
Right.
from. Like where you originally come from.
I'm originally Syrian. Born in Syria, Damascus. To be exact, Damascus, which is the oldest city in the world. Grew up there most of my life, most of my childhood, you could say, up to like 13, 14 years old. Then left because of the war, what was going on. We had to leave. There's no other option for us. Otherwise, if you're going to be staying there, you're going to be suffering, I'll be honest with you. You're going to be suffering for
But
good.
you say you're 24 years old, and you moved to Ireland so young. Like, what's your memory from back home as a young age? What's the good memory you remember right now?
I'll be honest with you, I was one of the baddest boys in the school, baddest boys in the street. Remember back in the days, I was only like 7, 8 years old. I was a young businessman, you could say, from 7, 8 years old.
What would you do like in 7 years old? Like what kind of business would you do?
My daddy's a tough man. He's like, I appreciate everything he's done for me, but he's a tough man. What I mean by this is basically he had the money, rich, all good. I'm not going to say billionaire or something, but we were living an amazing life, man. An amazing life. You see, whatever you want, you can get like this, So
What makes you to move to Ireland if you have that luxury life in back home?
Because it's the war. My dad lost everything. So imagine you building your entire life for like 40 years, 35 years or whatever, X amount of years, you just lost in one day. You can't go back. Like my dad, we have our house, cars, businesses, whatever, work, and all of that just gone in a blink of an eye. Do you get me? So that's what makes us like, listen, we have nothing left. Why are we going to be staying in this country for?
What's make you decide to come to Ireland?
Well, I have my sister, my older sister. She's been here since 2010. She's about 13, 14 years ago, whatever. She moved to Ireland. She's married to another nationality, which is he's Palestinian Syrian. Mm-hmm. So his family, they're here. So she moved here because of the war as well. It was at the start of it, basically. So she decided to move here. And then when we left the country, the only people who's outside Syria for us was my sister. So that's why we decided just to come to Ireland.
And how did you find Ireland so far living here?
See, Ireland for me when I moved to Ireland was a bit hard. I didn't used to it. I used to be in a busy city, busy towns, busy areas, nice weather. That's what I used to. Because when I left Syria, basically moved to Greece. Stayed in Greece for like 2 years, 2.5 years. Two years, I believe, or 2.5 years. Athens is basically same culture, same food, same people. You know, it's the same vibe back in Syria and Greece. When I moved to Ireland, it was depressing, man. Just pissing rain all the time. I looked at the window every single morning and be like, oh, here we go again, for fuck's sake. Just go back to sleep. That was the start for me. Until I start working on myself, which is the first thing I've done. I got my theory test done at 16 years old.
In Ireland?
Yes. No, sorry, at the start of the 17th. As soon as I done my theory test and I bought my first car, and then I started driving around and I seen the beauty of Ireland, man, that completely changed.
You're so young you started fucking driving in Ireland, age 16. How did you get insurance?
Was mad expensive. I paid for the insurance itself about 6.5 grand.
That's fucking a lot of money.
I know. Yeah, so because I started my own policy, that was the problem. You know, if I was gonna go on my parents' policy, which is none of them has it because none of them was driving in Ireland before.
I remember I bought my own car, Golf, for €7,500, and I pay insurance €7,500 exactly in liability insurance.
Well, when I moved to Ireland, I'll tell you this: when I moved to Ireland, I came to Ireland to have a couple of grand with me. So the first thing I spent it on was the car and the insurance. First car that I bought, I still remember until now, and I still have a couple of pictures of it, was an Audi A3. That car, I couldn't get insurance on it. It was 1.6 petrol. I literally tried all the companies. The only company gave me the insurance was AXA.
Okay.
And they were asking for 12,000.
Oh. No, insurance is very fucking expensive.
I know.
Ireland. Everything, even back in the day.
It's a rev off, man.
Now it went to the roof.
It's a rev off, man.
Let's go back to your life story. Like after when you buy the car in Ireland, and did you go any college?
Yes.
What college did you go?
I went to Whitehall College. So first of all, I went to DCU, did a course, interculture or something. So for like a couple of weeks, and then I started studying computer system and networking in Whitehall College here in Dublin, Drumcondra, probably you know it. So started there. Not even 2 months, man. I couldn't last for 2 months because I realized study is not for me from a young age. I'm not that good a student. You know, let's be honest. I'm not that good at school. I used to be bringing my parents every single morning to the school with me, you know, because the principal was asking, oh, listen, bring your parents the next morning.
Are you a troublemaker at the school?
Oh, listen, I was disaster.
Okay.
That's the truth. I was really bad boy back in the school. Like at 7 years old, I don't know if you can see on the cameras, down here there's a knife. A young fella cut me in the knife at 9 years old.
But I think you're a nice guy. I don't think you're a fucking fighter or something.
I mind my own business until the problems come to me and across the line. So we have a line between me and any other person. So I have the line. If you cross that line, it's a different story.
Are you passing this mission to someone else?
No.
Is that how you mean it? You know?
No. It's not passing the mission to someone else. It's about listen. I respect you to that level.
Yeah.
Don't disrespect me.
Right.
You have a level as well of disrespecting people. So when you basically go below that level, it's a different story, you know? You can't handle it no more. So that was me from a young age. I used to be taking, what was it called? I was having a big, massive chain in the back of my back. In my backpack, sorry. I was having a big chain in my backpack. And I was going to school, and every time I get into trouble, I just, roll it around my hand and start punching people. And that was only 9, 10 years old.
Man, I hope after this show they're not gonna fucking find you.
No.
I hope they're not gonna find you. Exactly.
I apologize to everybody.
4 years ago, they're gonna find you, mate.
Oh, listen, no, I wouldn't be here back in Syria. All of that back in Syria. That's what I told you about Syria. When you asked me about Syria, I was like, oh, listen, I know a load of good and bad memories at the same time.
All right, and then what age did you make the decision? Okay, lads, I'm not going into college. I'm going to start business. Where does the idea come from? Because as a foreigner, you're in the country, and you're young age. You can do a million things. You say, no, I'm going to start business.
Right.
What age and what's in your head?
Right. So I'll tell you the story. I grew up in a family that everybody, like, you know, my brother-in-law is a businessman. My father used to be a businessman. My uncles, all of them kind of businessmen. So I had the idea from a young age, you know. So when I was about 8, 9 years old, when I was a kid, I remember we had the Eid celebration. You know that yourself.
I know, yeah.
I used to bring the products to my mom to make me some dessert so I can go on the street and sell them on the Eid.
In Ireland?
Yeah, no, back home. I'm telling you, that's from a young age.
Okay.
So I was selling that sweet on the street to make some, you know, some money for myself. First time was all good. I started make some money. The second Eid, which is, you know, we had the Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha. So the second Eid, I had 2 lads, which is my cousins. They're working for me, and I'm not even have to work at all. So I'm just paying them a daily rate, which is about maybe about £5 a day, you know. And I don't have to work. I just bring the stuff to my mom. She was making it for me, and then start selling it to the people. So I have this idea from a young age, which is, you know, start doing a business, try to sell, buy. So I have this kind of lifestyle. I know how to sell, and I love selling, you know, stuff to people. When I moved to Ireland, I still had this idea here. I didn't like the study, so I was like, listen, just get a risk in now. Do something that I like. I went from having a lot of money, I'm not gonna say 100,000 or, you know, over. I'd say a couple of grand, you know, to zero. How? I don't even know. If you ask me where did you get the money, I wouldn't even tell you, but you know what I'm talking about. I was doing a lot of stuff. Listen, it's not drugs or anything else. No. It's a different way, man. Do you know, but you got to be smart about it. Well, can I say it?
Go on. It's like it's a public show. Whatever you want to say is a free to speak. You know, it's a free country. Anything you want to say, you can say it.
No, I don't want to.
No, go on. No. Like you said it all much. You have to say it.
But
people can be confused.
Listen, I'll tell you this. If I'm gonna say it now, I might get into trouble.
You're not gonna be in trouble. I have your back.
What you mean?
We all have your back. Don't worry. Look at the boys. Look at the team right behind you. They all have your back.
Right. So, I was doing. Let's say. So when the people came to Ireland. Everybody would love to go somewhere, so they couldn't go or travel anywhere because the passport wouldn't even help them. So they can travel into Europe and all that. And when they want to travel to Turkey, they need a visa, and none of them knows how to do a visa. Yeah. So what I was doing is I was doing a visa for all kind of the foreigners.
Like legally, you know?
Legally, 100%. Okay. But I was taking money illegally.
Yeah, okay. You did cash in hand.
Well, yeah, basically.
Okay. That's like a foreigner job, taking out cash in hand.
cash in hand, okay?
Okay.
There's the light. Yeah, so I was doing the visas for them. So each visa was charging, let's say, €50. And I was making weekly, without even work, man, was 500-600. That's a stable income. Sometimes go, you know, over that price for like a year. Okay. So I had a few grand saved, you know. And then I bought nice cars, driving an AMG at 18 years old. Life is good for me, man. Every weekend you can just explore Ireland. I explore Ireland in like less than 5 months.
Well, you have a Lamborghini as well, Ali.
Well, no, I don't have a Lamborghini.
Where's oh, come on. Like, we saw that Lamborghini.
Well, not much.
Where's Lamborghini come from?
So it's the first Lamborghini was Ricky. The second one was the Lambos in Dubai.
Yeah.
So we went, me and the boys, to Dubai, and then we smashed it there. To be honest, we were deciding, like, I'm not that type of person. Oh, listen, I want to drive a Lamborghini. I want to, you know, flex and all of that. But at the same time, it's a nice experience to have. Like for me now, if I see a Lambo on the street, like, yeah, it's all right.
Tell us about your. Where did you get the idea? You came to Ireland and said, I'm bad in college. I'm not going to do college. Where did the idea come into your head? You're going to start business in Dublin.
Right. So the idea, I have it from a young age.
Okay.
When I told you probably before, when I was 7 or 8 years old, I had this kind of plan in my head because I grew up in a family which is in a business. So I have the idea from, you know, back in the days. When I moved to Ireland, decided to study. I was loving computers and all that. Man, 1, 2, 3 months, I was like, no, it's not for me. Was too complicated, and at the same time was like, you know, a load of shite talk. You know, wasn't any action. You know, I'm that type of man. I love to be on action, doing things straight away. So I was only shy talks. I was like, fuck it. So the story behind opening up a business, I was having I'm not going to say a lot of money. I was having a good amount of money. And out of nowhere, I just went broke. Like, I don't even know how. I was, man, you could say, but every single week I was making about 600 or 450 to 550. That's a stable income for like a year. Legal way, which is not legal way. You know what I'm talking about. And then went broke. So when I went broke, I was like, what should I do in my life? So I'm out of college. I'm broke. I need to do something. I'm getting lost in my life. Out of nowhere, I have this friend of mine. I went to see him, to visit him, okay? I was newly in Dublin. So when I went to visit him, I was like, how are you keeping? What are you doing in life? It's like, yeah, I'm just working in the cleaning companies and all that. I was like, oh, is it? What are you doing yourself? I was like, I'm just out of college now, to be honest. I don't know, I'm just going to look for work. He's like, do you want to work with me? I was like, well, what is it? He's like, oh man, it's an easy job, Just give it a try. It's windows and, gutters and power washing and all that cleaning. It's like, yeah, man, I don't mind. It was like, just, here's the number, give him a shout. I took the number, give him a call. How's it going? My name is Wassimo. Are you looking for somebody to work for you? I was like, yeah. See me tomorrow at IKEA. Right, not a bother. So went there, happened in the van, introduced myself. He liked me. The man is like, you're a nice fella. Get the job. I was getting €50, right, cash at the start for like a week or two. And then I was like, man, that job is fucking fun. Like, can you just raise up the money for me? He was like, yeah, all right. So every single month you start raising the money. €20, €20. I had this idea. I was like, listen, this job, this work, basically, in general, it's not too bad. There's a lot of money in it if you know how to get the clients and the customers so you can make good money. And I had this goal in front of me. I was like, listen, I'm going to work towards that goal. Right, that's it. I've got the plan. I just need to work on it now. And from there, I was working for like, let's say, 7 months. Save up, small bit of money, bought a van. I don't have any equipments. After that, what I was doing is I was working in a hotel as a receptionist, and the night receptionist and security, basically. Was working sometimes 7 days a week for like 3 months, just to save up. So what I was working, save, work, save. No life, no social life at all, man, nothing. After I start saving the money, bought the equipments, everything, my mom came to me and she was asking me, Wassimo, where are you gonna take us today? I was like, oh mom, I have no food, I have no money. She's like, what you mean you have no money? I was like, I swear I don't have no money, I swear. Well, I have no money, She's like, but where's your money? I was like, yeah, but I'm working, but I don't have money. And she started thinking, am I doing any drugs? Am I gambling with my money? Like, I'm working 7 days, but no money. She was like, she started crying. I was like, listen, mum, come here, I'll show you. I went to the balcony. I show her the van outside, parking outside in the car park. I was like, you see that van? She was like, yes. I was like, that's where's my money. And she started crying. Listen, fair play to you and all that. I didn't even know. Before I told her that, she was asking my friends without even me knowing, am I doing any drugs? Am I gambling? Am I, following women's whores, with my money? No, it's all good. All my friends, it was like, no, none of that. But none of them knows that I was opening up a business. So from there, start working, ads, clients. It was hard, tough the first year because COVID came. I was fucked. That's the truth. But after COVID, just everything picked up. And then here we go. We're on the top now.
Very nice. I'm wishing you all the best of luck.
Appreciate
for your business, I know you have a few new business plan coming up.
Oh yeah, there is. There's two of them. There's two of them, inshallah. Two of them now. Well, three of them, but one of them didn't work out. I'll be honest with you. One of them didn't work at all. It wasn't from my side. It was from the landlord's side.
Right. On the beginning of the show, you said like you're looking for a wife. Tell us about this little bit.
Am I looking for a wife? Yes, everybody.
Because you just say it.
See, I'll be honest with you. The truth is, I'm looking for a wife, but I'm not looking at the same time. Do you know? Okay. I'm thinking now, I'm 24 years old, okay? By 25, 26 maximum, I want to find somebody, you know, I can marry and then get kids, you know, start up a family with. By the time I'm 36, let's say 36, I'm going to have my kids there 10 years old in front of me. So that would make it nicer, you know. But imagine I'm 35 or 40 years and I'm just going to get married now. By the time I'm 60, my son will be 10 years old, you know. So it'll be hard, you know, to understand each other between me and him when he's going to be growing up.
Right. Do you think it's hard to find a wife?
In Ireland?
Yeah.
Oh, stop, man. It's fucking disaster.
In which way?
In every single...
What kind of a guy are you looking for?
Well, listen, it's not about what kind of girl you're looking for. It's about what she's gonna bring with her. Like you know what she's gonna bring with her.
Like what do you accept from the woman?
What? What
are you gonna accept from the woman she bring on the table? Like what are your expectation?
Well, right, raise up my kids. That's the priority. Do you know? I know if I'm leaving my kids with somebody who can look after them, you know, feeding them. What was it called? Education. That's priority. So I wouldn't have to worry about this. You know, my kids in the future, they have to be, you know, educated. They're not going to be, you know, on WhatsApp,
are you looking
sending
for a
Snapchat.
Muslim woman or Western girl?
It doesn't matter for me, but I prefer somebody I know from my own cultures. I prefer this, like, you know.
Is it hard to find a woman right now?
Well, it's not hard if you're looking for it. In Ireland, yes, because it's barely you can find a woman here.
You see, like when I talk to girls, the girls say hard to find a good man. When I'm talking to boys, the boys say hard to find a good one.
Yeah, but listen, you can't be the good man all the time. You gotta be good and bad, because women's they don't love a good man. They want a good man, but they don't want him at the same time. That's a bullshit, man. They want a good man. I want a good man.
What do you mean about it?
But what?
What do you mean?
They want somebody who can treat them like shit, man. That's what they want. They want somebody like, you know, treat them like shit. They want somebody. Well, I don't mean treat them like shit. Most of the times by treat them like shit.
Which woman did she want to accept like the man gonna treat them like a shit?
From the start now. So, what was the question again?
I say like when I talk to the girls say they cannot find a man. When I'm talking to the boys say they cannot find the right woman.
Right. So finding the right woman is going to be so hard, and the same thing for a man. Man, you see, women's these days, unfortunately, they're just going for the money. You have a nice car, you have a good money, you have a nice job, future. That's the main thing about you know the girls these days. Man will be looking for a wife with no past. Well, at least a small bit of past wouldn't even matter, you know. But these days, women's are just, you know, the past are destroyed. And if you ask them, oh, listen, what's the story with your past? Oh, I only had 1 or 2 boyfriends. That's it, you know. But man, that's fucking.
Are you counting the one night stand as well?
Oh, no, that's one night stand. One night stand doesn't even count.
Okay, one night stand.
No, doesn't even count. That's only one night stand. You'll be forgetting about it.
Okay.
Do you know, you don't even know what the fuck was that. But man will be looking for a wife.
For you, it's important how the woman has body count.
Well, it's not about from the body count. It's about what she's been through. Do you know how many times she's been with the guys before? You know, the body count, it's matter, yeah. But you see, if she knows too much, that's not good. That's what I'm trying to say. If the woman knows too much, that's not good. And knowing too much, that comes with experience. You know, experience a lot of people, meeting a lot of people.
What age of the girl you looking for? What kind of age?
It doesn't matter for me. The age, I could find somebody who's older than me. I don't fucking mind. You know, I don't fucking mind. If a girl was older than me, I don't mind at all. But the main thing for me, it'd be nice girl. I'm not talking about beauty. Nice girl.
It's a family important for you.
Well, family girl for me. I'm a family man. I love a family. Family comes first. For me, family comes first. So I want a family woman. So she's going to look after me, my family, My parents, well, I'm not talking about my parents. You have to look after them, but respect them at the same time. Do you know? You have to respect my parents because that's why I'm here. You know?
Do you think the girl's going to leave it with your parents or by herself?
No. I see. In the Eastern world, sometimes you can live with your parents. For me, I can live with my parents because we have a big house, which is 3 bedrooms house, so I can live with them. That's not a bother. But I wouldn't. Listen, the women's want to build their own family house. You know, women's want their own house. It doesn't matter if it's one room or a kitchen or a studio or whatever. Man, women's, they want to feel, listen, that's my palace. I'm gonna build it myself.
Should I pass your phone number to all the Muslim girls?
No, don't.
Okay.
No, don't. No, I'm not ready for it. I'm not stable. You know, let's say I'm not stable to give time for it now because I'm doing a lot of things. I want to be, you know, I'm not gonna say financially free. At least I want to be like, you know, in a comfort zone.
As a foreigner in this country you are, what's your advice to the other foreigner to do the same things what you do to become successful on younger your age?
It's not about the foreigners. I'd say to everybody, that's advice for everybody. Well, the foreigners, you could tell them, listen, respect yourself, respect the country that you're in,
the community.
You know, that's the main thing. Respect the culture as well. That's you know, most important. Because unfortunately, you can see, you know, in other countries, a lot of foreigners are fucked up, and the name of the country has been destroyed because of the foreigners. You know, it belongs, let's say, for example, in Germany, you know, the foreigners, you know, millions of them there, so they can't say they can't say the foreigners, they have to say German, you know. So the best advice I can tell everybody is, you know, respect everybody, work hard on yourself. Man, just fucking risk it in your 20s and you gotta chill in your 30s. Just risk it all. If you're not risking in your 20s, you're not risking it at all. Do you know? That's the best advice I'll give everybody. Not only the foreigners, the young generation.
Young generation.
Yeah, just risk it, man.
Just work hard, put your head down, and become
really,
a ghost. Do whatever you want to do and improve yourself for nobody, just by yourself.
I was hearing this quote before. How big would you dream if you know you wouldn't fail? So how big would you dream?
You know, in my say, like, you have to make a big dream, but dream with a goal. You have to have a goal. You have to get up, wake up in the morning, you have to have a goal. Just focus on your goal. Work so hard, put your head down and keep going. And make sure, like, you only do for yourself. You're not going to do for anybody else and prove everybody wrong and to be that high level of your life.
That's the most important thing. And I'll tell you this, do you know what is the best feeling that I've ever had in my entire life? And that's the truth is, from the closest people that I know, the best feeling, man, when everybody's telling you you're going to fucking fail, you're going to just, you know, fuck it up. That's it. You're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. And man, when you make it and you come back to them and they give you that kind of look, man, that's the best feeling. Trust me. I hope everybody, you know, have the same feeling when they made it. But man, that's the best feeling. When everybody was telling me at the start, you can't do it. You know, it's not going to work out for you. And everybody was telling me, just leave it, man. Just leave it. And then, out of nowhere, just work out. Man, that's amazing feeling. Trust me.
Is anything else you want to say, like, I don't know about you?
You don't know about me?
Yeah.
You don't know about me.
That's like a wrap question, you know, we can wrap this up.
Something you don't know about me. Well, I'd rather just keep it out of the camera because the family will be seeing all of that, you know.
Oh, your family watching it anyway.
Oh, Mom, you know, I'm a proper halal man. Listen, I'll tell you this. I'm a proper halal man. Don't trust him. You know, don't believe him. Whatever he's going to talk to you about me, don't believe him.
But thanks for coming in.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks, Emil, for having me. Appreciate the team as well. Thanks, everybody.
Appreciate it. Thanks for coming in. Anything you can say? You have a few seconds you can say to the whole audience to listening to you?
Listen, first of all, thanks for the team. Thank you, Abi, for having me. And I'll tell you this, advice, just work hard. You know, work hard. Anything you need, just listen, there's Google there. Try to figure it out yourself.
Thank you. Thanks for
a lot.
coming. I appreciate it.